All right, everybody, we're down at Salt River. Yep, we're talking about the white bass run today. I figured since the rumor mill has already started about people catching limits of white bass, it's time to go ahead and do our first update. We brought you a video a couple weeks ago. Water conditions were really good. Everything was patterning out for a good run. Right on time this year, in between that end of March, middle of April timing, like it always is. But you can see we've had some rain, and it's brought the water up running hard. It's murky, it's muddy. That doesn't bother me so much. We've got time for that to come down. Obviously, catching something in these conditions right now is going to be fairly difficult. Where we're at right now is about halfway between where we were at last time, down towards directly across the Palmer Road entrance and parking lot, and the 248 bridge. So we're a little bit further down towards the lake, and we did that because, well, this time of year, when the water temperatures do start to warm up, which they're reporting about 51 to 53 degrees in the lake right now, usually the river is a little bit warmer than the lake, but we just had some really cold rain yesterday and some cold nights, and we've got 3 more cold nights ahead of us in the 30s. That's really going to cause some issues with water temps in the creek and the river. The river water temp will drop faster because of cold rain than the lake will, so we can expect that this is somewhere in that 50-degree range. We really need it in 53 to 55 degrees. We need warmer, consistent nights hovering around that 53, 55-degree mark to maintain the water temperature, because what's happening right now is these white bass are beginning to stage as the days get longer and the temperatures do get warmer. They're staging down towards the open mouth of the river at Van Buren and the 248 bridge. There's going to be a lot of hybrids mixed in there as well, so you may not be catching white bass. When they begin to run up, when the white bass actually run to spawn, they move up towards Palmer and River Road. When you catch them at Palmer and River Road repeatedly, that's the full-blown run of the spawn, because they're moving up into the riffles and rocks to spawn. That's where white bass spawn. They get into those rocks and the riffles, and they lay their eggs, and then the males come in and fertilize them. So right now, we're not there yet. We've still got time. And we heard a guy at a gas station right before we came here. He done caught 2 limits down at the 248 bridge. Done caught 2 limits down at the 248 bridge this past week. He may have, but it's probably mixed in with hybrids, and it's just staging bass. It is not running spawning bass, okay? It is not running spawning white bass. They got to move up into the rocks and riffles further down towards Palmer and River Road, okay? That's where we're at. We got 3 more nights of cool weather. It looks like things are going to start warming up. We need the rain to subside a little bit to get our water levels down, get them cleared up a little bit, get the weather to stabilize. Warmer nights, longer days, and some warm rain would do us some real good. We need these water temps to come up. They will start making some false runs up to where we're at and even to Palmer Road, but as soon as it drops to another cold night, they're going to run right back. When it stays consistent and they move up and they stay up towards the Palmer River Road area where all the rocks and riffles are at, that is the white bass spawn. Now, I know the water conditions aren't great, but we are going to head to 248 Bridge to see what the conditions are there to give you a complete update. There's no reason heading down to, Thunder Point or the Cherry Hole where we normally catch them on the runs. If we're not catching them here, they may be here, but the conditions are hard to fish. So let's head down to the 248 Bridge. We've done a little bit of fishing here. See if we can have any more luck down that way. We're down here at the 248 Bridge. 248 Bridge about 70 yards that way. The bend in the river is right there, and then it heads towards the opening mouth of the river into the lake at Van Buren. You can see it's up, it's muddy, it's running hard. Water temps are still cold. Yeah, catching some staging white bass in here under better water conditions, definitely a strong possibility. But like I said, full-on white bass spawn run happens all the way down towards Palmer and River Road when you start getting into the riffles and the rocks, which is where they actually spawn. When they move all the way up there and we hit those consistent warm nights and good water conditions, that's when they stay up there during the run. They can run up there, they can run all the way up there, and then water temp, big air temp, big cold pressure comes through, it can push them back, and then they'll come back. But we are not ready for the white bass run yet. You will catch them between now and the full-on white run through this area in the lake, staging and getting ready. But if you want to experience the full-on white bass run like we say every year, you got to wait. We've got colder nights ahead. The water's got to come down. We need warmer nights. Then they'll start making their way up towards the riffles and the rocks to actually do a spawn. You'll start catching them like crazy and limit out in 20 to 30 minutes like we do every year. And it's just a ton of fun up there towards that side of the river. We'll continue to give you updates, but for right now, you got to wait. You heard it from you, baby. Outdoors in the bluegrass.